And you could die mentally a lot faster than you would die physically. But a lot of people can't live life because they've already died in their mind before they even had to die through their body. So now they just like, take me off this bitch, guy. Take me off this earth. And it's not good. Hey, yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy DOLO coming back with another hit, man. Yeah, I see by the title, we talking about evolution. In this video, I'm gonna be telling y'all why y'all must be evolving, and it is essential to keep growing in this life. Hopefully give y'all some awareness on certain parts of life that y'all might not have been looking at before. But let's look at it like this. You are like a stock. You either going up or down at all times, whether you know it or not. There's not gonna be a day that you're not gonna be either growing or you're gonna be getting closer to death. And what I say by getting closer to death, I'm gonna go in a little bit more depth with that, but you need to look at it like a stock in a business. If a business is not growing, it has to be going down, because nobody is gonna wanna invest into a business that is not growing. And you yourself, if you as a person, you're not doing anything to get to the next level or get to where you're trying to go in life, that means you automatically going down. So you either have to be intentional with your growth or you're gonna be unintentionally going down. I'm gonna put this into perspective. Think of a tree. A tree was brought to this earth by nature. A tree is never misplaced. It's never out of socket. It's never crying about what it needs. It doesn't do nothing, but it grows until it dies. And you look outside right now, you see a tree, and you can see a tree that looks well, or you can see a tree that don't look the best. But you can see that the tree is doing its purpose. A tree was put there, whether it's to make the house look nice, whether it's to help the oxygen, or whether it's to get cut down to make some paper. The tree is not out of place at all. A tree was put on this earth with a purpose. You look outside right now, you see a tree. If a tree is up, if a tree is here, it means that it's still growing. Whether it's reshedding its leaves throughout the seasons, or if it's just doing what it has to do. A tree that's here is always gonna be growing. So with that being said, you are very much like a tree, whether you know it or not. You always have been growing, but it's about the direction of your growth. Because sometimes you see humans have become so smart that they actually become dumb. And once a human becomes dumb, it starts to grow in the wrong directions. A tree can't do that. A tree will be here and come here and grow until it dies. And the human will do the same. But the only difference is that the human has the ability to grow in the wrong directions. A tree, the only way it's gonna grow in the wrong direction is if something is on top of its growth. If a house or a roof is above where the tree is trying to grow. So you can grow in two ways, two basic ways. Mentally and physically. You can grow your body, get big, or you can grow your mind. But the real fruits of growing reside in the mind. So we have to look at it like this. Why does the fruits reside in the mind? Because you can grow your body, but you can still be dumb. You can still be ignorant. You've seen people, it don't matter how big you is, you can still just be kind of off in the brain. So if you're growing mentally, you're gonna be doing something that the other people who might even be growing physically is not doing. So you have to continue to push the mental growth. So let's look at kids. Right now, if we look at kids and babies and just kids that are in school, you will see that they're the most susceptible to actually growing because they're the most curious. Nowadays, you see people in this world, they stop caring about learning. They stop caring about what they should take in or how they should further their life. And that actually is a lot bigger of a problem than people actually make it seem to be. Because if you stop taking in information, that means that you will stop growing. And the tree, just like a tree is gonna grow, if you not taking in the right amount of water, sunlight, nutrients, you're not gonna be growing, bro. And then you're gonna wonder why things ain't going your way, or maybe why life ain't happening exactly how you want it to. It's because you're not being curious within your life. And that's why I try to take the curiosity mentality to anything that I'm going to. I learn from a 2-year-old kid. I learn from anything in this world simply because I know learning is a way that will make your life way more vibrant, way better. If you're not learning, you're doing something wrong, bro. And what else does curiosity do? Curiosity allows you to figure things out. And if you don't have the skill of being able to look through things thoroughly and try to figure them out, you're gonna see that you're gonna run into a lot of roadblocks. You're gonna not be curious enough to figure out what to do when an obstacle comes. So a curious kid oftentimes is gonna make it a lot further than the ignorant man, because the curious kid has something that the old person doesn't have. And that's the problem. You see old people, they grow old, but they grow old and dumb. When you become old and dumb, you get to plummeting your growth in ways that you won't even be able to understand, because oftentimes the person who's old and dumb is ignorant. They think that they know it all. They think that they have it all figured out. And just like I said, if you a tree right now, we put a roof over you, you done growing. So that's like me putting a roof over myself and I want to continue to grow. No, that doesn't make sense. So we go back to the stock. You're going down. You might have had your points in life when you was young and you learned a lot. And then all of a sudden you started going down simply because you stopped growing. And once you stopped growing, you stopped evolving. You stopped your evolution, bro. And at a certain age, your kids, they stop growing physically. They might go to the gym and grow. You might get taller over time. But the one thing that you can continue to grow is your mental throughout your life. No matter what goes on, you can continue to grow your mentality and your mind, which is your biggest asset. I'm gonna continue to preach that on here. Your mind is your biggest asset. So now, are you evolving in the right direction, or are you evolving in the wrong direction? If you look at who you are around, you'll easily be able to see that. If I want to be rich, but I'm hanging around people who don't like to get no money, they don't even like to talk about getting it, they just like to complain about not having it, it's not gonna work, because you're around a tree, a person that's growing in the opposite direction. They're worried about the wrong things. And you, as a person, what are you doing to make sure that you're growing and you're evolving? Because if you're not evolving, like we said, you're dying. And you could die mentally a lot faster than you would die physically. But a lot of people can't live life because they've already died in their mind before they even had to die through their body. So now they just like, take me off this bitch, God, take me off this earth. And it's not good. Look at your environment. Look at what you're doing. Look at your headspace and ask yourself that question. But yeah, y'all, that's basically it for this video right here. But I want y'all to remember, one bad apple can spoil the bunch. So whether it's you, whether it's the people you around, whether it's your family, whatever it is, somebody could be taking a lot more from you than you even realizing, just because you a good apple. I hope y'all got something from this video. I'm gonna continue to drop hits for y'all, straight knowledge. And I'm gonna get up with y'all in the future. I'm out. Hey, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.